Sports. And we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Commanders and the Texans just ahead on EA Sports.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and CD, you look at Washington coming into play here, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They're led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2018, Baker Mayfield.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Carry now for Kareem Hunt. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Mayfield to throw it. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Commanders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago. 19 carries, 110 yards in the score.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Lawrence's throw brought in by Watson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. The 30. 10. 5. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down. And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Lawrence will throw. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by the Logan Thomas touchdown catch. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. This defense for the Commanders, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number. But I believe
2 yards, good enough for first. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 16 carries, 91 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense heading out. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Break.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
To try again after the sack. Lawrence. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jack Rabbit Jenkins. And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. interception, Mayfield. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Here's Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trayvon Walker able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. Mayfield looks to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it. Brings up fourth.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Ezekama. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Here's Lawrence. And this is taken in for Washington touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders have moved out in front. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because When he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Mayfield on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Mayfield now. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Now Mayfield. He finds Howard complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mayfield. He's going to air one out. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half. Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
You ready?
Play action. It's Lawrence. Throw out wide to Walker. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Kenneth Walker, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Ken Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And this offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So here's Washington now to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10.
Ready?
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Illegal blocking the offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Yeah.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Lawrence to throw. That's taken in by Watson.
Good throw, good catch. By the way, I like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with him for that.
Better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Thomas brings it in. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Lawrence. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 2nd and a long way to go. Lawrence to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much during this. He keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Lawrence. And he'll go right back to Thomas, complete again. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. So just 8 kicks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
But that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And Thomas has it.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Lawrence. This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, a 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off? Pierce has it knocked loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in.
Walker hitting the ball is held, and the Texans scoop it.
Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So after that sequence, if we're watching both teams' defenses, didn't it feel like a revolving door? One's on, they think they're off for a while. The other has to come on, they think they're on for a while. Then they're off. Here comes the other one. Just kept turning the ball over. They've got to cut that out.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Mayfield to throw it. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mayfield.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jordan Davis.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
That one goes for 30 yards.
Now a run with Walker.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Defensively, Ogbanya Okoronkwo made the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They go play action with Lawrence.
On the move to his left. He gets it to Thomas.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the Commanders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
On the double.
Here's Walker.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Commanders. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Houston set to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll look to set up his blockers.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Lawrence now off the bootleg.
And Walker has it. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
Out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Nassib able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Here's Lawrence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picks it.
And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mayfield looks to throw. Throw right side into the hands of Akins.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Now Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Desperation time. Mayfield on fourth down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth.
And the Commanders come through with a fourth down stand.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 36-yard line.
106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Texans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he goes out right around the 39.
From the 39, Mayfield. Cooks on a quick slant.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. That's complete. It's Collins.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
The offense on third down tonight, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. Fourth down, Mayfield. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down, so quite a call there. They go on 4th and inches and wind up getting 5 yards.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there keeping the toes inbounds. Now second down and 6. Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's Pierce. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Mayfield on play action. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. We've made one more play. Could have had our...
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Devon Kennard in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles, they hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
And now out comes Houston.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
He's going to let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1-yard line.
It's so difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender, and the offensive guys are really smart. Sometimes they jump back into you and create the contact.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point safely through, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally,
he's got him in, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know. Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah.